Today in this episode of Bake with Mel, we are making chocolate chip cookies, but not just any chocolate chip cookies. We are making chocolate chip cookies with hard-boiled eggs in the cookie dough. No raw eggs, hard-boiled eggs. It's a recipe I've never made before, and I want to see, is it worth it? I haven't tried it because there's part of me that's like, why? But I decided today, since I had to make chocolate chip cookies anyway, let's give it a try. So the recipe that I am using, I grabbed off a website. I think it's the Challenge Dairy website. So I'm just doing this the old-fashioned way today. I don't feel like pulling out my stand mixer. So in goes the butter. I'm going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. I'm gonna give that a really good mix until it's really light and creamy. Now for the part that scares me just a little bit. I'm going to take the hard-boiled eggs and finely dice them and add them to the cookie dough. This just feels all sorts of wrong. Like, I don't know how the hard-boiled egg is gonna incorporate in the dough like a raw egg would. You know what I'm saying? Here goes. Okay, so to the cookie dough, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla and those hard-boiled eggs. This just feels all sorts of wrong. So I'm gonna mix up the hard-boiled eggs in the cookie dough. This just does not seem right to me. There are like legitimate chunks of eggs in the cookie dough batter. I know there's a really good chance I didn't chop the eggs finely enough. I kind of thought when I mixed them up with the mixer, it would break them apart a little bit more. That didn't happen. This can't be right, right? Would you eat a cookie that had a big chunk of hard-boiled egg white in it like that? Am I overthinking this? Did I do something wrong? Can I phone a friend? I've never wanted to taste cookie dough less in my life. I'm scared. I think I'm going to get in the cookie dough with some kitchen shears and try to get these egg whites in smaller pieces, because there's no way someone wants to bite into a cookie with a chunk of egg white that big. I'm going in. Okay, now that I have carpal tunnel in my wrist from trying to scissor up all those hard-boiled eggs, it's not working. So I'm gonna go in with my immersion blender. Wish me luck. Who am I and how did I get here? So I forgot to push start, recording the part where I added the salt, baking soda, flour, and chocolate chips. But since it's not rocket science, just pretend that you saw that. It got all mixed together, and now it looks like this. So on the surface, it kind of looks like cookie dough until you get to things like that. And you uncover it and realize it's a piece of hard-boiled egg. Like, is that gonna be noticeable in the baked cookies? So I'm gonna scoop it and bake it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so when rolling the dough into balls, my initial observation is that the dough is drier than a normal cookie dough or cookie doughs that I've made in the past, which makes sense, right? Because the egg is hard-boiled, not all wet and sloppy like a raw egg. And you can see the rolled cookie dough. I mean, look at that. Not normal. You might almost be able to pretend it's a white chocolate chip, but even then, I don't think that makes things better. I don't really like white chocolate chips in my cookies. I might have to really decide here, would I rather have a chunk of hard-boiled egg or a white chocolate chip? That's a very soul-defining question. We'll see what happens when they bake. Okay, they've been in about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna pull them out because I don't like overbaked cookies. You can see the telltale signs of hard-boiled egg. I think in my mind I was kind of hoping those little bits of hard-boiled egg would like magically disappear in the oven. They didn't. So I'm gonna let them cool. So the cookies have cooled, and I'm over here doing some major cookie surgery to see if I can detect some hard-boiled egg bits. They taste fine. They taste like a chocolate chip cookie. If you were to get a cookie like that, you'd be giving it a major side eye. Like, what is that in my cookie? You can see like a hard-boiled egg I'm gonna take one for the team and try that. I mean, I'm telling myself that I taste something squishy, but I also think I'm being dramatic. It's a cookie. 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 After making hard-boiled egg chocolate chip cookies, but eating 3.5 of the baked cookies, I think that they are a tasty little cookie. So if you are okay with a tasty cookie that has chunks of hard-boiled egg whites, make them. I mean, I would have to have like 6 dozen hard-boiled eggs coming out of my ears with no other intended purpose to probably make these again, but they're not bad. They're just a cookie with white chunks. Actually, I take that back. After I ended that video, I consulted my mouth and I have like these little bits that I thought were cookie dough stuck in my teeth, but it's hard-boiled egg pieces. Like, it's kind of grossing me out. I don't think I'll be making